What?
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 What? Are you talking? I don't think Matt's talking. Welcome to the Video Game Collectors Podcast. Matt Rose is our host, and I'm your friend, Josh Byerly. And we're here today to talk about video games. We talked about VHS last week on Instagram Live with Matt and Kenny Boy, and we are done with VHS, so we'll never do it again.
What?
Oh, maybe not. But we figured we'd just kick it old school this time and just go over some heritage results, talk about WATA, do a little pump here and there, and that's it. Maybe talk some video game news,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah. Shout out to our sponsors who don't pay us anything, but we like to plug. Tony, the arcade light, grades Beanie Babies for you. Not really. Um, who else we got? We got BS Acrylics,
Oh yeah.
selling that sick
100%.
acrylic stuff down there in Florida.
Yep.
So if you need a nice holder for your video game that's not a graded game or your VHS tape, go to BS Acrylics and buy them from him. He's on Instagram, he's on Etsy, he's at your mom's house.
He
So
might be
be
at your
careful.
mom's house.
Yeah. Um, any other sponsors that aren't sponsors we want to mention and plug?
Uh, there's a couple of great eBay places. Uh,
Hmm. Okay.
Waffle Foot's pretty good on
Yeah.
eBay.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
selling a bunch of garbage on there. Retro USB. Let's give Brian Parker some love because that guy is
Oh
a
yeah.
G. Yeah. And Kahan Games, Kevin with his homebrews. Go pick them up.
Agreed.
Yeah. There's one on the Nintendo Switch that you can download for $2.99 on the eStore.
L- Let's give
Netscape.
let's give Halo 4 champion Eric Hewitt shout out. He will sign your Halo 4 copies for a
Yep.
minimal amount.
You will. Yeah. Claim to fame right there, that Eric Hewitt.
Yep.
My favorite Eric Hewitt in the world. So
Yeah.
um I think that's it. We got no one else.
Yeah, I might think of somebody.
Yeah. Well, um
Give us, yeah, give a shout out to all the grading companies. I think all of them are underappreciated. We always talk about and hear about the negatives to the grading companies, but on the flip side of those negatives, there's positives galore. If they weren't for all of them, especially VGA, who started it all off, our games wouldn't be protected or have this cool discussion and have all these hate crowds out there. So thanks to all the grading companies.
all the hate. Bring on the hate. Um yeah, maybe we should start off reading comments on this one again, Matt.
Start off with comments? Sure, why
Can we
not?
do that? Yeah.
Hey,
Um
if you guys want to see comments first, make let us know below if that's okay. If you're fine with hearing comments first, and Josh won't give a shit, but would love to hear it from you.
no, I don't care. I'll try to care.
I'll try.
It's hard to care about things that I don't know.
Is that not pulling up? Here, let me try this.
Matt's just trying to get it up and he can't.
Yeah, I can't get it up right now. Is that
Yeah.
showing? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong screen, isn't it? Why isn't it showing the I
That
wanna
was the right screen. That was the last YouTube video.
is it there?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't bring this one in. This is episode 98.
97.
Is it?
Oh, the one we're on right now is 98.
This
Yeah,
one is 98.
we
Yeah.
are two away from oops. We are two away. Man, this thing's tweaking out on me.
Just scroll down there, buddy boy.
All right.
20 comments. All right. This was a good episode.
Woo!
But we had one of the nicer ones in a while. So
Our fifth biggest fan, Michael. Best Office episode, The Dinner Party.
yeah, Matt's tearing through the office by now, I imagine.
I haven't started yet.
Oh gosh, Matt.
Should I watch it with my dad? We watch shows together.
Yeah, you should watch it with your dad.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, he would like it.
okay.
Yep. Never seen it. The dinner party. I I gonna sound like an idiot, but I don't remember the which one you're talking about, Michael. So point me to the season and the episode number, or not just the season. I can't recall it, but I'm sure it's great. There's very few Office episodes that are bad. So alrighty, let's move on to Mark Dixon, Little Nemo from Nintendo Age. Claire helped me resolve a couple issues on recent WATA subs via Insta DM direct message. When did it go away from private message to direct message? I don't know. Anyways, it's clear she really cares about how things get done there. It's true. I think Claire does care quite a bit. 1416. Josh summarized my collecting journey. This is also Mark. I just want to reiterate that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But journey starting as a completionist and getting mint stuff almost by accident. Brutal to think about all the mint stuff I could have picked up back in 2004, 2010 timeframe, but didn't. Yep. Think about all that shit we sold that we shouldn't have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hey, but there's always a bubble according to people, and it's always about to pop, and then prices come down, and that's the bubble popping, and then they go back up, and we're on another bubble, and it's just bullshit. So whatever.
I remember in 2008 and 2009 when I joined Nintendo Age and everybody was complaining about prices then, and they're about a tenth of the price of what they are now. Well, for sealed,
Oh,
but
it's the same rehash shit
yeah, yeah, it's
every couple years.
broken year,
Prices go
broken
up and
record.
prices go down.
Craig Snyder. Well, oh wow,
Oh,
awesome. Thanks for the write up. Let's see if I can get
you
through.
want to read this one, Matt? Craig's a good dude.
Oh, sure, go for it. No, if you want to.
Okay. So Craig says, I won the group lot of paper, manuals, maps, posters, etc. that Matt brought up. Heritage does this thing where they'll not take full comprehensive photos of huge lots such as that one. I saw that the title mentioned hundreds of items, but the listing probably showed 200 at most. I'm sure the most valuable items were pictured, but it's fun to roll the dice on lots like these. For the past several months, Mark Friedman's personal collection of TMNT and Street Sharks merch dripped into Heritage's weekly comic auctions, and many were grouped in massive lots like this. Many of those lots were hugely under photographed by Heritage. There were lots that were advertised in the description as, for example, 2 large boxes stuffed full of TMNT clothing, followed by 1 or 2 photos. But after picking up my winnings, these lots contained 2, 3, maybe even 4 times as many items pictured in the listings.
Wow.
That's a bad job by Heritage. I understand they have inventory. I understand they have bulk, but that's sorry. That's a disservice to a consigner. So, um, know your stuff and lot it accordingly. That's what I would say. Similarly, I've seen times where the Heritage has bundled a matching strategy guide or other item with graded game, and they sometimes don't do a great job of making it very clear in the listing. Anyway, just wanted to throw out the thought process behind why some idiot might spend $1,500 on junk paper. That's you're the idiot, Craig. The most endearing idiot. My proxy bid before the auction was 500, which is probably closer to what everything will amount to. I shouldn't let myself do live auctions. Okay.
I don't think he was an idiot at all, and
I must have said it. Craig,
I
sorry.
hopefully didn't say that because
I probably did. I yeah. It just seemed very high. And I thought the price that it went for was due to the Thor signatures in it. But I could be wrong. I hope that I am, and I hope that you get a ton of stuff in that listing.
Craig, when you get that, let us know, like, was there more or what was it pictured? Because I'm really curious now. And I've noticed they do this occasionally where there's just not enough pictures or the things aren't included in the pictures. So you really have to read through the listings a lot of times. But I'm really curious. I want to hear that you got some hidden gems out of that sucker. So
Yeah.
let us know when you get it, if there was more, if that was everything, or I'd love to know. Awesome. And thanks for sharing too. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Michael, I know the video was 139, but it was way too short. We need part two. Great stuff. Appreciate that. And we have to go to why do I forget the name of the restaurant every time I think about it? Oh my gosh. Never mind. I'll say it in a minute. Uh I'll do two.
Okay.
Antis Classic, Claire is the MVP.
The most valuable player.
Claire's a player.
The most valuable player. All right. Blockbuster Late Fee says, "Dis you go paintballing in Norway, perchance." But I think he meant to say did. Um, Matt?
I dis not.
Oh man. Huh.
No. No, there was no it was snowing in Norway, so there was no paintball in Norway. Snorway. Rad Workshop. If you still play cart-based games, um, how do we go about it? Original hardware, maybe an AVS with a power pack or similar flash cart, maybe somewhere in between. I still collect pretty hard, but don't have as much time to play. But when I do, it's still on original hardware. Although I'd love to get an AVS or an analog in the future, I personally break out the old, as Josh would say, NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and I do the hard carts. I do straight in. I don't use an AVS. I take that back. I use a top loader. I love my top loader. I think every NES should have been a top loader. Uh, and it does say NES on the bottom of a top loader, doesn't it, Josh? I think it does.
You son of a bitch. Let's see.
There's no
Top
periods.
loader sitting right here.
There's no periods.
Just
NES. So there you go. It is NES. It is we solved it right here. It's official. It's NES. Anyway, yeah, I use a top loader and I play the carts. Plus, it's fun because if you want a game, sure you can do the simple route of getting an emulator or something like that, and that's quick and easy. But I think part of the fun is not having the game, ordering it, waiting to get it, putting it in there, realizing it's crap, being, the whole process. That's just me. But I do love the analog that plays Game Boy and
Mhm.
the Game Boy Color. Uh, doesn't it? It plays Game Gear games, right, Josh?
Yeah, if you get the adapter, you can play Game Gear. You can play Turbo games.
Yeah.
It can become like a Turbo Express, and you can play Lynx games. So you get the adapters, play those games. It's pretty cool. I highly
It's
recommend Analog Pocket.
way better than playing that on like an
Yeah,
old.
and I recommend the AVS because it's got that built-in Game Genie. Need that. So if you want to play Adventure Island and not suck at it, you need a Game Genie. Anyway, you, I know some people's answer to this. I think Eric Hewitt is a pretty hardcore play on original hardware on the original system it was originally released for type of guy. So if you're gonna play Resident Evil, experience it on a PlayStation 1 the way it was meant to be played. So, but also just play games to enjoy them when you have time.
Yeah, Eric still plays LAN parties of Halo 4.
Okay.
That one fell flat. All right, you're up.
Oh, Filbert up there in Philly at Phil Screen Games, Kill Screen Games. Shout out to them. Another one of our non-sponsors. We got to talking about the shop about steelbooks and check the PS2 FF12 Collector's Edition. That is in fact Steelbook brand. Came out in 2006. Also, there's Mortal Kombat Armageddon potential Steelbooks from the same year and a True Crime from 2005 for Xbox that may also be Steelbook. Yeah. Don't have it at the moment to check against, but still give us something fun to do for a few. By the way, only 34 minutes in so far in case you already talked about this. Ha. I said we didn't, but I figured it out. So I responded to this because I went and read it and I said Killzone UK release is the first Steelbook, November 2004, and then Jet Li's Hero is the first DVD Steelbook. So those were the first Steelbooks released. But it's always fun to see what the other Steelbooks were. And Matt, it's interesting that Killzone is like the first official Steelbook for video games, and it came out the same month that the Halo steel looking book came out. So I'm wondering if they caught wind of that and they're like, let's put one out too.
Oh, you think maybe Halo spurred on? Well, yeah, but it was late. It was late November for.
So was this when I looked at it, it was like at the end of November.
Wow, you think they got a heads up about it and they're just
I
like,
think,
that's
and I
cool.
think the Halo came out just briefly before. I don't know, but I think it's interesting.
So maybe realistically, Halo is the first.
Yeah, I do like the shout out to the Mortal Kombat Armageddon ones because those are really cool. Uh, there's different characters on each one of those for PS2, and then the True Crime one, yeah, that's neat as well. Back in '05, and Final Fantasy just sucks in general, so that's my opinion.
Wow, what? The whole series?
Some of the series, yeah,
Okay.
not the whole series. Final
Okay.
Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo is just one of the best games ever made.
Okay. Just
Um,
wanted to clarify.
okay,
Timmy
all
Two
right,
Toes.
Timmy Toe Toes, tiptoe
I
through the
s-
tulips.
I swear I did not scrape VGA Pop reports. So you're saying you did.
Hmm.
So you're saying there's a chance. I'll just do Michael again. Michael, second,
Whoa,
but number
okay,
one in Josh's heart.
that's right. Darn
You too.
tootin'. You're a lovely man, Michael. Um, Shocking comments. I bet you've touched all of these. Awkward. Brandon pulling out all the stops.
Oh, that was good.
All right, Matt, and you got this one?
First, Blockbuster. Can he be beat? If I were keeping a spreadsheet, Blockbuster is going to be hard to beat. I think Timmy's in a second. I think Michael's in there.
All
Okay,
right.
Josh, you want to grab this one?
Yeah, we got Max Squeeza that says WATA eye roll emoji. I did respond to this person. I invited him to come on the show. I said it right here. Excited to have you come on the show. Let us know when you're able to come on the show because we want you to come on the show. Come on the show, not just. Um, and this person said, okay. I did respond one more time, and it doesn't show up. And I said, okay, send a message to Matt or myself or on IG, and we'd love to have you on and bring your perspective of disdain to WATA on our show. I'd love to hear it. Everybody's got an opinion, and I'll be nice. I'll try to be nice, but yeah.
Fair enough. He's got
But
good.
there was another comment, and somehow it's not there.
He just
So
doesn't
I
show.
I don't know where it went. I don't
No,
know if this person's able to remove replied comments.
I don't think so. I
That's
think he can remove like if he makes a comment like here, I think he can delete that. So if you deleted or if you commented on another comment, like say you commented on this, he could delete that. And then that would
hmm
get rid of yours because you replied to it. But then if it's not there, it didn't. But I watched some of his
Okay. Here,
videos.
Matt. I'll show the crowd here.
He's got
Saturday, April 27th, I sent you a text, and it says right there. I circled it. I don't know if anybody can read that.
we'd be happy to. Yeah.
Send Matt a message on IG, and we'd be happy to have you and hear your perspective. So
Oh, I see. That comment isn't up here. I see.
that comment's not there. So somehow this person's been able to remove it. Um,
Or it just isn't there.
No, I posted two different times. This
Oh.
time, and then I did it another time because it wasn't there. And I asked you, said, I posted this message, but it didn't post for some reason. Either that or I can't see it. It's not
Well,
there.
maybe there's a filter and I need to approve it. To be fair, I haven't checked on the back end. Sometimes it has me, depending on the comment, it'll have
Hmm.
me approve or disapprove it, and I haven't looked on the back end of the video. So to be fair, since it was at Matt at because you're calling something out, kind of like a link, sometimes I have to approve it.
Oh,
So it
well,
might,
okay. If that's the approval thing, then
yeah, it might be hidden actually, to be fair. So,
okay. Well, if
um,
they want to come on the show, come on the show.
yeah,
Let's hear your perspective
I watched
and
some of
why.
these videos and they're well edited. Yeah, way better than ours. So,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, yeah, make a claim that we're great editors or anything. We just sharing the love of video
Do
games.
we edit videos, Matt?
Not really.
Actually, no. Okay. All right. Those are the comments.
All right.
Fantastic. Um,
Now we're gonna hop into straight into.
Straight into your mom.
Wow, that'd be pretty tough.
Okay. Yep, would be.
That'd be a
All
lot of
right.
work.
Now, WATA is grading DVD, Blu-ray. We already knew that, and 4K UHD and high definition DVD if you have them. So, um, there you go. But they did introduce a few new things this past week, right?
Yeah, look,
So they're now
there
able
we
to
go.
grade Queen music CDs.
Only Queen music studio.
Yeah, only Queen, nothing else. Um,
Don't skip.
okay.
I wonder. Let's see if this takes. Oh, okay, it just takes you straight to the grading.
Okay. So it looks
There.
like you can do that. And hey, let's go select a an album here or
Oh
something
shit.
like this. Let's
Uh,
try this. Okay. So you can do, I don't know, is it under music?
no, it's. I don't know. I haven't looked in there.
Music right there. Let's do it. Okay, type in Queen. Let's just select one of them. Perfect. That works, Matt. This is my media.
All right, let's try something that they may have. Oops. Would it be? Would they just?
Slash.
That's what I
Probably
was.
a backslash. There you go.
Okay, so they don't have images up yet.
Well, just go ahead and click it. Now, if you want to go continue, like that's the item, it's sealed, just hit continue, Matt. And now we have a new service on here as well that I wanted to show. So we're submitting this item. There's now a new link here that says PSA DNA autograph authentication, and it's an additional estimate of 3 to 5 business days. So if you have a signed AC/DC album and you want to have the autograph authenticated, you can select this option, pay another $30, and it will take it through the PSA DNA uh, authentication program prior to grading with WATA. So that's a really cool service. In the past, you would have to send in separately to PSA DNA, get the item back, and then send it back out to WATA. So now you're removing that step out of here, and it goes there, goes through their process, and then integrating at WATA.
Hmm.
Pretty cool. So if you have an autographed video game, you could probably do the same thing, which is neat. And I do believe, not to just say, hey, this is WATA exclusive, that CGC will likely be introducing the same thing because they recently acquired JSA, James Spence Authentication autograph services. And I can only imagine that it will also be an integrated service where if you have a signed item that's a comic book, a video game, a piece of media that CGC grades, that you'll be able to do the same selection. It'll go through their process and then be considered an authentic autograph for the item. So
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Okay.
All right.
Let's take a look.
All right.
Uh, as I was trying to show this last time, and it wasn't popped up, we have VGA Pop reports back up. You do have to create an account and sign in. I'm already signed in, so we can look up. Gosh.
Hey, I got a VGA game here. Let's look up a serial number.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 794 667 90. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's a nice copy. Look at that.
Graded 2012. Wow, that's nice that they give you that when it was graded.
Look at
90,
that grade. Ooh,
95.
ooh. What a grade on a Super Nintendo game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Shout out to my homie Curtis Maximus Clean and this beauty.
And then, of course, down here we can see how many were graded.
Yeah, really cool. Hey, good job, VGA.
Yeah, I like having the pop reports. Congrats on, I mean, a little bit perturbed it took so long, but
Hey, you know what? Shit takes time. You remember when WATA didn't have pop reports and everybody was asking for their head
yeah,
because
but
they
the
were hiding
company
information?
the company had been out 2 years. VGA has been out 10 or 12 at that point.
Yeah, this is such a non-perfect, it's not perfect, right? Like the details, people didn't know certain variants in 2012, right? Like, so getting all this information in a digestible manner for people to understand and see what the variants are. I don't know if VJ did anything there to update that, but it's it's a task. I gotta imagine this was a pain in the butt for them to do.
I'm sure. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just they did make some promises that
Yeah,
oh yeah, in a year or soon, 6 months, whatever it was, and it was like 2 or 3 years later.
yeah. I got no problem with it. I don't care, and I know that companies are doing the best they can on this stuff, and it's everybody's stretched thin and nobody wants to work. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's not true. People do want to work, but I'm just saying shit rhetorically, like everybody else in the world. Um, they don't want to work a bullshit job, I should say.
Sorry, I'm looking something up here. Show you in a minute. Um, I had forgotten somebody had linked me to something, and I'm gonna have to look it up the hard way. Okay.
That's
Uh,
what she said.
on to uh,
Los signatures at the Heritage Auction website.
ooh,
Oh, we got a vanilla World of Warcraft. We got some uh, Q1 desktop microcomputers with built-in printers, some other bullshit. These are like the very first desktop computers that exist. They're pretty interesting. Um, and lo and behold, Cubert's Cube is my game. One of the first games out of the gate, so I'm fingers
shameless plug.
crossed that this thing doesn't take a dump.
Oh, because
Uh,
it's the first. Yeah, you don't want to be the
yeah, well,
first.
luckily there's like four other items that go before it. Maybe I'll prime people.
It's a little scary that such a big game is early.
The CV, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there was some things in the internet session that should have been on the floor and vice versa, but that's okay. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, there were.
this there should have been there's some things that should have been on the cover that aren't, and
This should
vice
have been it.
versa. So uh, Heritage does a great job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy on that, but when I know that there was a Castlevania that recently sold, but let's be real here. This is mainly a US market we're dealing with, and the cover image for the Heritage signature auction is Pokemon Green and Red Japanese VGA 90 and 90 plus uh, games. Those are they're very difficult to get and difficult grades to get. But let's make no mistake here that we are in a US market for these games right here, bidding in the US market. The majority of the games in this auction are for the US market. And Castlevania is legitimately insanely rare factory sealed and hang tab. Regardless if the one just sold on eBay for $90,000, Castlevania 1 hang tab deserves the cover of this auction. And I know maybe they're trying not to promote something that people already know about. I just think it could have been it's one of the most epic games that Heritage has ever sold. So I don't know. It's my personal opinion. Might not be everybody's. I also don't really give a shit about Pokemon. Maybe I'm a boomer at this point.
Well, we have
I don't know. I
we
think there's a few other games that could have been on the cover as well. But
Sure.
Mega Man already had a cover. I get why that's not there, but it's also ridiculous of a game. Ridiculously rare game. Sealed. Or even the Super Nintendo VGA Zelda pack could have been the cover item if one of those two games weren't. That item is nuts. But that's okay. It's not. So here we go. We got wild signature auction going off in 15 days. Lots of factory sealed beauty.
Yeah. 96A plus
Beauties.
plus Contra. Blech.
Mhm.
And that's a good blech. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is the area where I feel like some stuff should not be back to back,
Like
right?
this.
I think that the 85 should go in the internet session. The 96A plus plus should go in the live, right? Maybe
Yeah.
one of these Castlevanias, this second Castlevania, even if it's an oval, should go in the internet session. So putting stuff like that back to back, I don't really get why Heritage still does it. Um, but they're doing it, so it's fine. I'm sure they do it in every other category where they slot stuff back to back. And if they're different versions, I get it. The Contras, though, different grades, different grading company. I just think the 85 is a great item as well, and it's just gonna suffer because of the one before it. So, um, let's keep going, Matt. See what we got. We got a 96A plus double dragon round seal from the Hawaii collection.
Ooh.
Huh, that's pretty nuts. Bunch of other stuff. Nice Final Fantasy.
Oof. Got a round seal. Excite bike.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Rev A or a no Rev on the Excite bag? It's a Rev A. That's nice. That's uncommon. Oh, we got a Kid Icarus.
Okay.
94A plus. And we just saw a Kid Icarus on eBay for $80,000. That was a hang tab version. Kid Icarus in any variant is insanely tough to get sealed. So
Yeah.
grail level game right there. And I hate that word grail. So that's fine. So then we got a couple Zeldas here. Let's just look at these for a second. We get a no rev with the ladder screenshot variant. It's a 92A. That's awesome. CGC
Wow.
92A. And let's move on to the next one. A 96A plus Legend of Zelda Rev
Right.
A round. This is
Ooh.
one of the highest graded copies of this game and is just kind of thrown in this auction. This is nuts. So um, I think this is, well, it's already up to $20,000. So hell,
What
maybe
is the
this
highest graded Zelda of like a Rev A non-Rev A, or a TM? Like,
um
is this it?
there's a nine, I think there's a 9.8. I want to say there's a 9.8, but I believe it got crossed. And it's still on the WATA Pop report. So let's see, Matt.
That's
That's
classic.
classic. That doesn't count.
Rev A,
Oval.
oval. I'm not, I'm thinking non-oval. That's oval. No,
So there's no 9.8s
no.
on the rounds. Let's
Uh,
see.
A pluses, plus, plus. This is the highest graded.
There's two. No, okay, scroll down there. Where are the Rev A rounds?
Uh, Test
Oh, it's at the very bottom there. Okay.
right here.
2A plus, 96A pluses. Okay, so one of those doesn't exist in a holder anymore. I know that Claire stated that they removed the certs from the cert verification. However, these are still populated on the POP report. I do know that that was crossed to a CGC. So I one of those needs to come off. People need to be aware that there's not two of them, and that the 96A plus is the single highest graded by WATA at this point. That's
Wow.
it right there of an
So
early print Zelda. That is a nutso video game.
this is the highest graded Zelda early print. Well,
Yeah,
earlier print. It is. So
it's wild.
This
That's
should
a
be
wild game right there.
easily 100K.
I don't know if easily anymore, but it should do very well. So anyway, there are two in high grade. One is in a WATA holder, one is in a CGC holder. So still insanely difficult to get high grade copies of that. All right. And then you got another Zelda backed up to it. So you got an oval, round, and a no rev.
Ooh, and that's a 9.6. So this is going to be also at the top of the pop, even in an oval,
But there
according
is
to
a 9.8.
what's there?
Mm-hmm.
Classic, Reve oval. Okay, you are
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's an A plus and an A. But still a 9.6 A plus. Those are wild, man. Zelda's always been a tough game, regardless of variant, to get a high grade on.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Can,
Cray
yeah.
cray.
Okay. All right. Now this just gets nuts. We got a sealed Little Samson. You got a sealed Dr. Wright. You got the whole Mega Man set here. 9.6 A plus plus Mega Man 2. That's a Mark Erickson copy right there. That is wild.
Ooh, you got some super heat. Oh, you do have every copy.
Yeah. So the Mega Man 2 is really great. It's a 9.6 A plus plus. There's a 9.8 A plus on Wada's Pop Report, but this thing was crisp. I helped Mark send in some of his copies of his games to WATA way back when. He had he tried to have I'd say I think he had almost every copy of one of each of every one of the games he did artwork for. They couldn't grade everything because some stuff was computer, big box, but the stuff that they could grade, I think he had a few Guerrilla Wars and a couple others, but it's not like a huge cache of there was case packs of these games. He had one Mega Man 2, and that's it right there. So
That's crazy. It's crazy that I think it's cool that they have the whole set here and they're all 9.0 and above.
yeah,
That's
and if you guys don't know, if you're listening to this and you don't know who Mark Erickson is, Mark Erickson was the artist who did the box art for Mega Man 2, and he's holding a pistol because Mark didn't know he didn't have a pistol. So anyway, a wild set of Mega Man games going. Life Force 9.8 A plus.
oh,
Shout
so
out to that. Do you see this Metroid? These games are nuts in this auction. You
this is
got a Metal Gear
oh,
9.6 A plus. Didn't the 9.8 just go off in the last auction?
I think so.
Yeah. Look at that right there. 9.4 A plus
Reve.
Metroid. Early graded copy here. I think this is a sleeper.
Ooh,
Maybe a regrade. Maybe crack and regrade. Tyson 9.4 A plus. Oval.
got some,
Holy cow.
and then the heat just keeps coming.
You got it. No, you got a hang tab. Or no, it's a Reve Pro Wrestling and the flat top WATA. That's funny. Myriad 6-1. We don't need to look at that, Matt. So it's fine. We can just move on from that item
We
because I
don't. That's like yeah. Q. Josh is bidding on that.
yeah.
Uh,
Stinger hang tab. Not only is there one stinger in this auction, there are two stingers. It's and
hang tab.
Stinger essentially was a hang tab only game,
Oh,
even though there is a Rev A 3 screw that does exist in one copy, just like there is a Rev A 3 screw Trojan that somebody just found on eBay recently. Um, and look at that. There's a hang tab Mario in this auction.
ooh,
I looked this up. I do not believe we have seen a hang tab Mario sell anywhere since I want to say the beginning of 2023, or maybe it was even the end of 2022. So there hasn't been a hang tab Mario sale in a long time.
well, there's not
So
many of them.
there's not many of them, right?
It's
But that's a big item right here.
wow.
And there's even a gloss. People don't give gloss enough love on that. Look at that. Look at these games, man. These games are so fucking rad. You got a 9.0 A plus left bros chilling
Is
in
it
this
weird
auction.
that they put the CAIB in front of the sealed, or they
They
just
do
go
it by
right?
variant run.
Okay, print run. So
Yeah,
okay, fair
that's
enough.
fine.
And then
That
you
hang
got
tap Mario is probably going to go for a song.
then you've got a left Mario 3.
Hmm.
Wow.
This
I
thing is
mean,
stacked.
if you wanted to come in here as a first time buyer and just pick up games, here you go.
Yeah, it's a good time to buy.
I mean, you could, wow. This surprises me. I don't understand how an 85, I understand it's a
Round seal gets in the
round,
auction.
but it's
Yeah.
an 85 for 2K when you've got a 96 A plus behind it for, I mean,
I personally I'd rather have the 85.
really?
Oh, absolutely. I'd rather have the 85 oval or 85 round seal than the oval.
Okay.
Circle seal, round seal, whatever. What are we gonna call this? WATA's calling it one thing, CGC is calling another, and VGA is calling it gold seal, black seal. I fucking
Sir,
hate
I
video
just
game
call it
terms.
circle.
Okay.
Round, circle, who cares?
Circle gets the square.
Look, this is interesting. I was wondering if this was an old VGA because it's 85 plus, but it doesn't have the gold. It's like the glossy silver.
Yeah, I think they must have just not slapped in the gold one and screwed that up because if if it was an old one, then it wouldn't have been in the plus system because they introduced the plus system later.
It
There
was
was
like
85s
2000,
out there. What's that?
2010.
Yeah, so there was a good 3 years where they weren't doing pluses.
Yeah.
So you had 85s, and then people were sending them back to get 85 pluses so they'd get the gold level on them.
But I think there might have been a yeah. Yeah. Well,
I
let's
think they just put the
but
wrong hologram on there.
okay.
Whatever. It's a graded game. It's cool.
Wait.
There's a real banger right there. Not only is this the top graded copy of Ninja Turtles 2, but I had to look this up, right? This is the extremely difficult to find no pizza coupon on the back of the instruction manual variant. And the way you know that is there's a big blurb on the front that says, get a free Pizza Hut pizza with this game, and you open it up on the back of the manual, there's a coupon for Pizza Hut or $5 off Pizza Hut or something. This is when they remove that offer. That's the first print, the second print. They remove that offer, and let's not call them prints. They remove the offer, and this is what they re-released it with this, and it's super duper hard to find, even CIB. But getting this in a 988 plus is nuts because there's not a single 98 A plus Turtles 2 on the population report with WATA, and there is for every other Turtles game. So if you're doing the Turtle set in 98 A plus, A, whatever, and up, here's your chance. This is it. Good luck.
In fact, all the Turtles games are in this. So
All
you've
the
got
Turtle games.
the
Yeah.
85. Yeah, yeah. So again, they've got all the Mega Man, they've got all the Turtles.
Mhm.
And disclaimer, this is mine, by the way. I didn't ask Josh
Okay.
to
Well,
pump it up. So
I'm sorry. I didn't. Well, I wasn't trying to pump that because I did not know that, Matt. So I can't
no,
believe you're fucking selling that.
I appreciate that. Well, there was no, how do you set a bar? You set a bar in heritage. And so you take a chance and there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you don't set the bar that you want, you end up at the bar drinking your sorrows away. So,
yeah, well,
wow,
yeah,
that was bad.
we hope it does good.
Sorry. Tengen Tetris 96A plus 100,000. We're out there. Recalled.
I'm
Wasn't the number that's out there on Wikipedia that somebody made up? I think so. There's a Hang Tab Trojan just chilling. Hang Tab Trojan sold recently on eBay open auction raw for 5 grand, 4 grand, 4,500, 4,600 bucks.
I
So
am I am biased, and I'll throw it out there. I am
hmm.
biased. I'm surprised the 98A plus GI Joe didn't make the front. Just saying.
Yeah, there's a handful of internet session games. Maybe we should do a part two to this in the next day, Matt, and
Yeah,
release it.
yeah, I'm not gonna go over all of them because
But no, that's fine. I think it's okay. I want to look at the video game systems here because I just want to. There's a sealed Snow Bros in this auction. That's nuts. NES the action sets, that's qualified.
that's
The other one is
qualified.
qualified. Blah blah blah. Okay, if you've collected video games enough and you went to a garage sale and you opened up a system and it looked new inside, that's one of those. Okay, so that happens.
Yeah.
Um,
What are we looking at system wise? Is there
Chrono Trigger Japanese copy. This is signed. It's really cool. Um, is it on the outside or yeah, it's on the case itself. So I You could get these were in cases of Chrono Triggers from
Hmm.
Japan. So not my cup of tea,
Hmm.
but
Well,
apparently signature worthy.
how do you feel about qualified Earthbound?
I think that's pretty badass because you're not getting a new one.
Yeah,
So that's a nice copy of Earthbound. Demon's Crest 98A Plus is a bonkers game as well. Dang, look at that thing. I want that.
I mean we could go on and on. This just isn't gonna
Zelda Link to
end.
the Past. Okay, so this Super Nintendo,
This one,
I love this item. Not my item. This is absolutely insanely rare factory sealed.
well, because it's got Zelda. Who didn't open a Super Nintendo system with
Everybody open
Zelda?
this goddamn thing. There
Yeah,
aren't case packs of this system sitting around that you could get from Target. You know, like this is
it's nice that
there
actually
there this is possibly up there with Castlevania as one of the best items in this auction.
it's also nice that they have the sticker seal on this so that you actually know
Right,
that
right.
it's sealed for once.
I'm sorry. I think this is getting overlooked. And I I'm not the biggest VGA fan, but you're not getting your systems graded anywhere else because I'm not sending my shit to CAS or UKG.
No,
This
VGA
is awesome.
VGA is where you go for getting systems graded, period. And PC game.
It's where you go if you like it too. If you want to grade the other stuff, it's fine. I don't care. They have a nice, clear looking holder. Just don't drop your games. Don't drop any of your graded games for that matter. But there have been instances where a game has been damaged in a holder, and I'm sure it's happened in maybe a CGC and a WATA holder too. So just don't drop your fucking games. That's what it comes
This
down to.
this is sick though. This is
This
really cool.
is that is the ultimate piece in my mind
And
because the Super Nintendo slaps like a mofo, and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is without a doubt the greatest Legend of Zelda video game ever to be made. Not even close. Nothing else comes close.
in Josh's opinion,
No, it's not an opinion, it's a fact.
it was voted.
I think that what happens is we have a lot of disconnect from the 90s and some people didn't experience growing up in it. And if you were fortunate enough to be at a time when you'd come home every day and there was a Nintendo Power that you got out of the mailbox and you were flipping through it and reading it, you were fortunate enough to have played Zelda 1 and 2, and just knowing that anticipation that there's going to be a Zelda 3 eventually, knowing that there's a next game in this chapter of these games, and that is Zelda Link to the Past. That was it. Somebody said that on like some TikTok videos, like what were the 90s like? It was like Christmas every fucking day, right? Because that's what it was. You were excited every day about something new in the video game land, or when a new movie was coming out. When are they making Jurassic Park 2? Because I can't wait. 1997. Oh my God, it's only 94. I can't wait 3 years. So this concept of like anticipation from that generation was so overwhelmingly like just a part of the that feel and nostalgia that we all love in this stuff. And that's why Zelda 3, Zelda Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past is without a doubt the greatest Legend of Zelda that exists. And maybe those Ocarina of Time fanboys got theirs because they were excited about the new Zelda, but those guys, their introduction to Zelda was either Link's Awakening or Link to the Past. So let's go down that rabbit hole, you ass clowns.
Was there anything else you wanted to? I mean,
No, I love that item.
we've got some badass items here. Is that's green screen too?
Yeah, this is mine. I'll full disclosure, this is my item. So this is a green screen alleyways. Call it not a first print, call it a second print, but it is the one that has the additional text on the spine, but it is a green screen shot alleyway. Oh,
eBay.
man, I got an eBay notification. And
Yeah,
there's nothing. What
eight
is
dollars.
the
You
front of
can buy
that
this
say?
right now for $8.
Yeah, buy it now. Okay, so read the front of the box art, Matt. I love the what it says. It says
Made in Japan, no rating
No,
for performance.
cruise the alleyway, slam energy balls, destroy the
To, dis-
vid grid. Nothing like slamming energy balls.
to destroy the grid.
Yeah, so that is a Mario cover. So if you're a Mario collector, alleyway, baseball, tennis, and Mario Land, the launch Game Boy games all have Mario on the cover of them. God, I want to keep talking about these. You're going too fast.
Yeah, well,
No, go back up. Go back up. We'll do another one before this auction.
well,
Uh,
this will just go on forever if we keep doing this, though.
no, this is all day one session. So let's just wrap it up with day one here. Um,
We're not even halfway.
yeah, we are. We're in N64. This is almost done with the first day, is what I'm saying. First print Game Boy console green screen. So the first day of Heritage auctions, which is the live session, right? So the when the auctioneer gets up there and talks, that's what this stuff is. So this is also severely undervalued, in my opinion. I don't think these things have gone up in value much over the years. I want to say they've always hung around 2 grand to 10 grand, depending on which version you get. And they are very difficult to find. And talk about a cool collectible that doesn't take up a ton of space, especially if in the console world, if you get into collecting graded consoles or video game consoles in general, they're just big and bulky. The Game Boy, original OG Game Boy, this is a first print. You see it's got the green screenshot on there, right? It's first print. Um, when I say green screenshot, you'll look on the side of the box and I'll have green screenshots of the games, but they don't image that there. And then the center is more of the nasty pea looking green than the came out later.
Can't see
So,
out of the box. So
but they're such a nice size to collect. They're smaller than a regular console, and it's like that's such a piece of video game history. I love it. So, excuse me, I got this cough. That's pretty nuts. A 99 A plus plus Shantae.
why it's
People
in
even paying attention.
why it's in the SIGs.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing's on fire right now. 8 grand.
Oh, yeah. Well, go buy the console instead. Scroll back up for a second, Matt. We're almost done here. Banjo Tooie 98 A plus plus. Nutso game. You're not finding case packs of this, but there are some high grades out there. That's really a nice copy. Shout out to that item. I think it's undervalued. It's only $10. Snowboard kids, you know, Atlas fanboys, here you go. You got a 85 plus. You got a VGA 90 Star Wars Shadow of the Empire right next to it. Everybody loves this game. Well, not everybody, but it is an early N64 game, tough to get. Got a
Oh,
couple Smash Bros. You got that 98A plus plus in here. Damn. Some of this stuff is hopping already.
qualified.
Jungle Green, new N64, VGA 85. Holy moly.
That's pretty cool.
That is nice.
That's pretty cool. Qualified, I can overskip, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, qualified on the Toys R Us console's pretty sweet, though. A new, unused, qualified one there. You
Wow.
got the Pokemon Center Game Boy Advance, which is cool. You got some Nintendo Powers. Nintendo Power number 2 with Simon Belmont holding Dracula's head. Got some Genesis gems. PGA Tour Golf, tough to find. Should not be a floor session item.
No, I'm just like, what?
Or double upping 2 copies of Madden for Genesis. Don't think you should do that, even if one is a cardboard and one is a clamshell. Okay.
And I mean, this is
K
cheap
through A
now.
Sonic. Jeez Louise.
Uh,
Wow. Streets Rage 2, 98A plus. That is my item. I claim that one. I'm gonna take a bath on it and I'm perfectly fine with it. So get out
mag
there and
magical chase. Woo, you don't see that every day.
no, you don't.
If you're a TurboGrafx collector,
Yep,
there's your grail.
there it is. I'm hoping people are still watching this because there's some good stuff. Okay, so I think we're almost at the end of day one. You got some PS1, Resident Evil, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Spyro the Dragon, 96A plus. Why the hell is Spyro the Dragon on the floor?
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
Why?
Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, 98A first printish Halo Combat Evolved.
Ooh,
Nice copy.
yeah, no
And
kidding.
then after that, it goes on to the
Oh,
internet session.
I see. Now that's day two.
Yep.
I
So
got what
day
you're
two,
saying.
we can talk about. Let's do another podcast here in the next couple days. We'll call it episode 98.5.
Perfect.
And or we can call it 99. I don't care. But it'd be cool to go over these. I think that we haven't done this enough in the past, Matt, and it'd be nice to just go over our thoughts on it. I enjoy doing it. I do. I love sealed stuff. I love video game collecting, and I think that we need to get back to that. So,
I did have one other thing I wanted to share real quick.
okay.
It's a little bit hard because we don't have the website that we will not mention up.
Gamer Stonks, I'll mention it. Doesn't exist anymore. So, um,
But we did have a couple of sneaky sales. I know Brian Carts and Cardboard linked me to a Halo 4 sale. This was best offer accepted, sold 98A plus.
thanks, Brian.
They're drying up, man. You
Yeah.
missed somebody missed this. This was listed this sold just recently. So,
I'm gonna get one of these, crack it, or send it to CGC, see if I can get myself a 99.
oh, that would be cool. So yeah, buy yourself a 98A plus, send it to Eric. I would love to give you the sales data, but we do not have our sales chart currently anymore. Maybe we'll make one up. Um, and that's your Halo 4 for today. It's a little lackluster. Sorry.
Call it YOLO 4
YOLO
because you got to
4.
get one. YOLO 4.
Ah, all
As you
right.
can see, Matt and I are both wearing our Video Game Collectors podcast shirts. We're still going to work on the Log Snack shirt eventually. But if you'd like a shirt, let us know. Maybe we'll
It,
send you one.
if you'd like a log snack shirt, maybe we'll even just do different designs where I swap out this for just funny things. Swap out
Yeah,
the
maybe we'll just say Video Game Collectors. Um,
and just have like a screwball.
yeah, and be like, no, we could just say, I don't know. We could put a
Oh,
mom joke on there or
big
something.
big picture of Nick Ross's avatar or Joel. I would just like that's what we need. We need a shirt with Joel's face and then just says Joel.
The chick from Joel's
Yeah,
profile.
it just
Yeah.
says Joel.
Okay. I'm on board for that.
All right, what kind of wins do you have? Because I've got some
Oh, I got some cool stuff today.
cool.
Um,
And just so you know, we're switching to wins, and we didn't have a guest today because we were lined up to have Dan Kaplan on the show, but he called in.
yeah, I know. And he just bounced like the Canadian he is.
Yeah, he changed his mind because we weren't sponsored by Dunkaroos.
Hmm.
So I
Oh,
guess
shout out to the new website Collect for promoting the NWC sale for $350,000, the anonymous buyer. There was an article written about it. Dylan wrote the article. Nicely done. And if you're not familiar with Collect, it is started by Will Stern, who was originally with Rally, Darren Ravel, and some other dude that worked at Fox. I don't know who it is, Fox Sports. So Darren Ravel, big collector in sports cards memorabilia, worked at ESPN. Had another company where he reported about sports and collectibles, and now he's doing this thing with Will, and they're writing about collectibles and breaking news in that industry. So cool story there. Go check it out. Collect, take all the vowels out, and you got the website. So CLLCT.
yeah, I got it.
Okay. Anyway,
All right, what do you got for wins?
um, cool stuff. The Secret of Mana. I bought it because I thought it might be conditionable for my personal collection, but it has the ridge on the top,
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm grade it and sell it. Nice copy though, probably
throw it away.
overall in the nines. Maybe the box will hit an 8.5, but I'll probably grade it and sell it. Maybe I'll send it to CGC, maybe WATA. Um, Maybe VGA will qualify it. It looks unused inside. So, um,
Do they still do qualified?
I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe I'll send it to CAS. I finally got this. It's not sealed, but I finally got a goddamn
Would
Superman Atari free wallet offer box.
now does the wallet come in there?
All right. It okay, so originally this game, the wallet did not come inside the box
That's what I
when
thought.
you got it. The wallet came sealed like this for the back of the box. Maybe it was like this, I don't know. But it
Oh,
was sealed around it like that.
wow.
I've seen sealed ones. I had a wallet forever to put with this damn thing. And so now my dilemma is do I grade it and sell it or just keep it?
Keep it.
Keep it. Okay. And if you want one, I'm like on the fence. I'm buying it, but there's a box only just showed up on eBay. And it's the box is a variant. It's a hanger box. So I kind of want to buy it. It's just a really rare box, the sticker on it.
How many of those are known sealed?
I've seen maybe two ever.
Okay.
So I've looked for them. It was
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
first Atari games I looked for sealed. And I've had a safe search a long time for just Superman Atari, trying to get a sealed copy of it, Sears copy of it, a wallet copy of it.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
yep. And then I had an old customer that I worked with back in my Dunder Mifflin days. He worked at a brewery, and he knew that I dealt in video games. He was moving. He contacted me and said, "Hey, I have some video games I want to get rid of." And sent me a photo, and it was just like PS2, a couple Super Nintendo games, nothing like great, just stuff that I was like, yeah, here's what the value is. You can put it on Facebook. This is what you could sell it for. And I'm like, if you don't want to deal with it, I'll give you $200. He's like, oh, here you go, $200. So I bought it all with the intention of flipping it. And I was very clear. I'm like, I'm just going to sell this stuff over time. Here's what I net out of it. But one of the items, there was NFL Street 2 in there. And I was like, oh, cool. $25 game, whatever, complete. Didn't have the manual. I'm like, oh, crap. But what it was a Hollywood video insert in there. So if you know that I like junk, I collect this sort of crap. Hollywood video inserts could have alternate art, different art, pre-release art. I'm not sure if there's any differences in this. I haven't checked, but NFL Street 2 is a badass game. And it's also the Hollywood video insert. So I got a binder of these. One day I'll share them with you guys when I feel like getting that stuff out. So
Hmm.
that's what I got. Those are my wins. Fun stuff today.
Okay.
But I did buy a lot of other things. I just don't want to take up much time.
Okay. I got some cool stuff. Uh, Andrew Morgan may appreciate this, although he already knows I have it. It
It's
was,
been quiet.
yeah, yes. Nintendo uh, didn't want to spring for first class, so I got third class. That joke never dies.
I liked
It
it, Matt.
was. I gotta thank Eric. He did link me to this. It was $15 on eBay. So it had a bunch of stuff that somebody sent away for, with a note to that person, that says, "Thank you for your recent inquiry. We appreciate the interest in our products, and have enclosed the information you requested." And then it just goes on and on. So official game pack directory, stuff like that. Um, just cool stuff, cool paperwork. Replacement parts list. Looks like they literally just photocopied this off and sent it to the person. So they photocopied it out of their book and all the prices and stuff. Still cool. 100 year history summed up right there
Mm-hmm.
and there, I guess. And then weird, just a maintenance like flyer for the inserts. So this is probably something that a retailer or
Yeah,
whatever.
those are all addresses for service centers that existed at one point. So
It's just
I know that
just
people have combed through those pretty heavily and picked up
oh
service
yeah.
centers past.
Just cool info. And for $15, I thought this was just just a cool piece for me to have in my collection. I was just pretty stoked on getting it. So
Nice.
no, not everything is sealed. It's just cool.
Your WATA wall is nuts, Matt. That's really awesome.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to my best friend who Wes, who made the shelving for me. And he's gonna have to fly back and make more because he moved to Texas. So we're gonna need some more soon because that one's full. And then let me get my knife out so this is easier. I got I personally, this is what I'm into. It's probably a bad idea because it takes up a lot of space, but I like deluxe sets. Not I like the market sets, mainly for informational too, because I like buying them and seeing the differences and stuff. So when I see these, the big thing is always getting a deluxe set with the warranty card that doesn't have the ripped off back. And somebody came across a bunch of these, so I actually bought them all because I'm actually number tracking just for fun because I hate the debate that oh there was 100,000 test market sets. No, there were 200,000. No, there were only so many, and I was like, do you really know? Nobody really knows, and you guys are all just guessing and then just claiming that that's real. So I'm always looking at warranty cards to see what the numbers are. And I got some nice low numbers. This one a little disappointed because it's actually the page is ripped out, but it is 33,000. So that was cool. But then I saw this and I was like, holy crap. I've seen as high as 320, 340 in this old format. So I can darn near guarantee that there was more than 300,000 test markets just because that's how they did these. They eventually took away with the number, um, which to me, I can't say for sure, but kind of signifies their stopping of that program. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I saw this one and I was like, what in the world? And I linked Josh to it. He didn't say anything. I said, screw it, I'm buying it. So it's a little bit different, but it's still so it's like a late early print, but it still have the number. And the number, I
What's the
don't know.
number? Can't see it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see. It's too glossy. It's 474,307.
Huh.
So they were still doing these late.
Hmm.
Uh, and I've seen a lot of signs that definitely at least to 400 lead to test market stuff being printed out. I think they probably pushed it out to 500,000, to be honest. That's just that's my take on it. That's my theory. Um, because I haven't seen any over 400,000 with these. And that's not to say that they couldn't not be test market if they have these, or they might just be regular market and they still were printing these numbers. Maybe can't say for sure. Or it's just I like hard proof. I like numbers. And this was just cool. I hadn't seen a number that high ever uh, for one of these warranty cards, so I had to get it.
That's awesome. My internet keeps glitching out, Matt, so I'm just trying to hold still and not say anything.
Oh, okay. What do you think about that, though, Josh? What do you?
I think it's great. I think the data is important to track that. I don't think anybody ever has, and nobody has the numbers, the accurate numbers. So kudos to you, Matt, finding a thing that people haven't thought about tracking and tracking it. So if you have a deluxe set and you have a number, let's make a database. Send it to Matt.
Oh,
He'll manage them.
that would be cool. It'd be a big database. Holy crap.
Well, we just it could be an Excel sheet, right?
I mean, if you really want to have fun and you want to, I mean, it would be fun to have a database though, because then somebody that just goes through their control decks can check that database and say, hey, reach out to the person and say, hey, I have the control deck for that matching number, and you could
That would be
swap
something.
swap that one way or the other. Because I was thinking,
That would be really cool if somebody's like, I have the deck. Here's the paperwork.
these
Like, what is
these
don't we have a console, Matt? Like a super low serial number console? It was like 700 or something.
no, it's not seven. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. It's pretty low, but most of the numbers that I've had in the past have the console with them. These are the
Yeah.
first for me to have that I don't have the console to. But anyway, It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
I'm
awesome.
I'm sure I overpaid for them, but I don't care. It's just for me, it's something I'm into.
Yep. Could be into worse things, Matt.
Maybe.
Oh, one other shout out here. I think we should give there's a show coming up in Corvallis, Oregon. It's put on by a cool dude named Eric Jensen. It is called 64 Bits or Less. It's at the Benton County Fairgrounds. It's a 2-day show, June 1st and 2nd. I highly recommend it. Matt and I are going to be there slinging some stuff, selling some stuff. It'll be a good time. Eric's a good dude. He's been a Portland Retro Gaming Expo regular for years. Uh, if you've been to that show anytime in like any capacity and on a regular basis, you'll recognize Eric, I'm sure. Maybe you don't know him, but really going to be a cool show, I think. So it'll be fun.
Sweet. And we'll be selling. Yeah. Oh, we still want to go over this, Josh. I mean, I can do it on camera, but do you remember our idea of doing a yearly uh like we make a game almost like a graded case that's funny and we auction it off at the end of each year and do a run of 13 games. Remember us talking about that?
I don't remember.
Well, we can talk about it later. I picked up a game that we can use for that. But anyway,
Oh, okay. Like a crappy game?
yeah, I had an idea of just
Oh, I never finished. I never did send in all the 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 insync games. So need to do that.
yeah, we need one in each case. Um
Yeah, yeah. Time gets away from you, can I say?
uh yeah, no, I had a general idea of doing basically creating a funny gift, kind of a spoof on grading, even though we love grading, or at least I do. A spoof on that with funny games and have funny cases and crap like that, and then auction them off just for fun. One a year, do a limited run of 13, which is a funny number. Um, yeah, it's an idea rolling around in my head. Maybe it'll come to fruition, maybe it won't. But I'm building. I was going to show it as a win, but I'm not going to now. Just building up the games to be used for those 13 graded.
That's a good idea.
I'll create a prototype, and you guys can see what I'm talking about.
All
I'm
right.
just rambling now.
So why did Dan bail on us? We never even finished that up
Yeah,
because
I did earlier.
he did.
Yeah, Dunkaroos.
Oh, don't hurt us.
Maybe your internet glitched.
Maybe it did.
He couldn't because
Maybe I'm just so
we're
out
not
of it.
sponsored by Dunkaroos. That's the moral of this whole episode. We are not
I'm not sponsored by anybody.
we're not affiliated with Dunkaroos, so Dan could not come on the show because of that.
You know what? I kind of like the idea of never being affiliated with anybody. Hmm.
I think I'd do Tampax.
Probably a good one for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I had a really bad joke. I'm not going to say it right there. So,
I was trying to remember that SNL skit. Oh, I would do Oh, I Crapped My Pants. I would be happily sponsored by Oh, I
like
Crapped
crap
My
my
Pants.
pants. Cookie dough? Yeah.
Or Schlitz Gay.
Okay, I'll take that back. I would be sponsored by a beer company. But beyond that,
That'd be
I don't know.
funnier because I don't drink, but
I kind of like to just say what I want to say. And I don't care about other people's opinions. So,
yeah, we're pretty free to say whatever outside of YouTube rules and laws, which I suppose there are some things, but yeah.
mhm. Freedom of speech, Matt, you know,
It's
shit.
freedom of speech without freedom of speech, Josh. That's how it works.
It's somebody's private business platform, or I guess it's a publicly traded company, YouTube. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be open, but or maybe
you
that's
you
just Google.
you can say things within reason. Uh,
Anyway,
Whatever. Who cares?
that that's it.
Okay. Good talk.
Yeah, let us know
Hope to see some of the haters come on the show.
if you like the comments out of the gate. Um, we got two more episodes to 100. We have another guest coming on here shortly. he wasn't available today. Um, but he'll be on the next one, and it's going to be really cool because he's sending me something before he comes on the show. So it'll be a surprise to Josh, I think.
Yeah, I glitched out. Sorry.
Oh, you glitched out. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a we got
Okay.
a guest coming on the show. It's going to be cool. It's random timing that he's going to be on the show because we got something from him, and it's really cool.
Awesome.
So
Okay. Well,
that's it.
we'll catch you next time on our way to 100.
Thanks for
Go, go.
watching. Thanks for sticking around to 98. Two more to go, and then we're done.
That's it.
That's it.
Made it this far.
Come see us at the show June
First and
2nd,
two.
2nd, and 3rd,
First and
or,
first
or
and second. First and second. Saturday,
first,
Sunday.
first and second.
I think so. We'll fix it next time. All right. I
June
gotta go.
something. We'll be at the show, Corvallis, Oregon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Peace out.